Hi, welcome to Kremés podcast.
Podcast yang paling receh and garing, but maybe informative too, depending on the day.
You can tune into our episodes on Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Facebook. I'm T.
And I'm A.
Semoga podcast ini bisa nemenin lo.
And hope you enjoy the episode.
Halo semua, welcome back to another episode of Kremés. So today we are gonna talk about the topic of all topics, Unfortunately, as everyone is aware, the world is dealing with the coronavirus or COVID-19 pandemic. It doesn't really matter what country you're in or who you are, really, you can still catch it. So I guess, my first sort of ask is, how are you, How's it all going in Australia?
Yeah, I know Corona, this is something that we never thought it will happen. Gak ada yang pernah ngebayangin 2020 bakal mulai seperti ini. But also disclaimer buat semua yang ngedengerin atau yang mendengarkan nanti di future. Kita record episode ini tanggal 13 Mei 2020. So maybe by then things have changed, baik itu di Australia atau di Amerika ataupun di Indo. Mungkin dari kita edit sampai nanti mungkin ya semoga aja udah nggak ada lagi virusnya. Tapi mungkin juga bisa ada peraturan-peraturan baru di Indonesia atau di Australia ataupun di Amerika. Jadi just a little bit disclaimer, we record this on the 13th of May 2020. And so far this is what we have found and what we experience at this current date. Back to the question. Well, I guess I'm lucky. In Australia, we are a continent of ourselves. We are surrounded by seas. So at the start of the year, I think between February and March, it was actually quite bad, especially in the eastern states. So that's Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, where there were unfortunately a lot of people getting impacted. But in the Western Australia, we're actually pretty good. Because we have heard the news from the eastern states, so we kind of directly put into motion. I personally, for me, I have been working from home for about 1 month and a half now, since the end of March. And we have to go through a lot of social distancing. It went kind of in stages, but it went in stages. First, we can only have about, we can only have 50 people gathering, so a lot of religious places was being closed, and then suddenly even restaurants, we cannot dine in anymore, so everyone have to do takeaway. And gym is closed. All the health and beauty businesses have to close for a while. Everything is only takeaway, and then we go to social distancing of 1.5 meters, and then to a point where everyone should stay at home. They really recommend everyone to work from home. All the schools and also the uni was moved to online. But I think slowly we keep getting good news. There is no new cases in Western Australia for about a week now, I think. So we are, as of this week, we are already able to have 10 people gathering compared to the 2 people gathering from last month. And they are looking for opening 20 people gathering next week. That means restaurants and cafes can be open again for dining in with 20 people inside. And then hopefully, finger crossed, that we can go back to normal soon. We can go back to normal soon, but I'm just really scared about the second wave. That's what I'm scared about. But but how about you? How is uni and how is America?
Yeah, so I guess firstly it's great to see that the numbers are slowly, reducing and there's no new cases in Australia. That's good to hear. And I guess it's like, hopefully people will still come to their senses and be like, this is not over. Even though the government has reduced their strict policies, don't have parties in the beach yet, guys, still take care. So yeah, I'm obviously not in Australia at the moment. I'm literally stuck in the US, and well, as of right now, still have zero clue as to when I'll be coming back. given the border closures and the flight restrictions. I literally have no return date, so it's really fun living in limbo at the moment. I guess it has its fair share of good and bad stories. Like, obviously, as a whole, in America, it's not going very well. I'm currently located quite close to New York, so I guess on one hand, if you just, switch on the news or like scroll through social media, you can definitely see that the stats are not great, especially near my area as a state. But for me, like specifically, I'm very grateful that I'm living in a very small town, which originally has quite a low population. Jadi kayak menurut gue sih, kita sebagai komunitas lokal nggak terlalu affected karena emang ya business as usual, kayak populasi kita it was just super rendah. Jadi orang udah kayak dari awal, I guess, social distancing in a way. Like, we don't really have very big gatherings. You don't really see much stuff around. And thankfully, I guess lockdown for us started around about when spring break happened, which is like a week-long holiday for the students. So the students were already kind of like away for a week before lockdown happened. So it's just kind of been like a good, I guess, week of prep to get used to the fact that, like, not a lot of us are around. My town is quite driven by the student population. We're quite close to, like, we've got a very big couple of universities nearby. So once the students are out, it's just pretty much like a very chill, quiet town. But I guess it's like, it's definitely affected the international students. Because majority of the international students here at my uni are Chinese or are of some kind of, Southeast Asian, nationality. So I guess it's like those who, we're kind of now in a period of limbo, all of us, be it physically or even emotionally. We're kind of like in the sense of like, what's kind of all happening. I've got friends who are from China, and now that China, is recovering from lockdown, they're trying their best to be able to arrange flights to go home, but it's just been really tough. But we are kind of all stuck at the moment, and we're doing all the best we can, staying safe, taking care of each other. And I appreciate how my uni is trying to help students through various platforms. Like, for example, we've got like a home away international student support space where essentially, it's like a Zoom online chat where it's a safe space for support around the feelings, experiences, and like worries of sheltering far from home during the COVID-19 pandemic. So it's facilitated by professional counselors at my uni, and it's hoped to kind of like provide that community connection and exploration, ways to cope with things like this. So I think it's great. And also, like, for us academically, students can opt to just a pass-fail grade instead of like a numerical grade, for those people who may feel that that's a better pathway, because the current situation may affect, I don't know, their grades and their studies. So I think that's a good option. At least there is an option for the students to think about. But I think my heart mainly goes out to the class of 2020, the cohort of students that are supposed to be graduating this year, who were looking forward to, obviously like a physical graduation ceremony and haven't, they won't be able to have one this year because of the current situation. And I'm sure that it's not just in the US. I'm sure, even, Australia is facing similar things. Everyone around the world is facing the same situation. How's unis in Australia coping with this kind of change?
So at the moment, uni di Aussie sih udah semuanya online classes. There's no more tutoring, there's no more classes, face to face classes, semuanya online, pakai Zoom, pakai some of them they just uploaded to the university website kind of situation. Dan rada mirip dengan Amrik juga. Sekarang banyak yang ujiannya bisa juga di ungraded pass or fail. Jadi yang antara naik apa enggak, and that applies to undergraduate and master's degree as well. Jadi untuk S2 dan S1 tuh sama, karena teman gue yang di S2 pun dia bisa minta untuk graded pass kalau misalnya he thinks that he's not doing well in his course. Tapi they still have that choice. Tapi what I know now is they're using a software. Well, particularly for this uni, they're using a software to kind of lock the camera of the laptop dari studentnya. Jadi kayak studentnya nggak bisa buka Google, nggak bisa nanya orang. Jadi still exam condition, tapi ada software tersendiri. Tapi juga ada beberapa uni yang opt to open book exams. Jadi kayak toh udah open book, therefore it's okay for them. Kayak lebih ada leeway. Jadi mereka nggak harus terlalu stres bakal orang nyontek atau gimana. Lebih ya just kind of open book as well. Tapi kalau dilihat sih dari Instagram teman-teman gua, same juga di Indo juga kayaknya lagi sama. Jadi apa-apa semua katanya lagi PSBB. Jadi semua work from home, stay at home, kalau bisa kuliah pun semua online kalau nggak salah. Dan mereka pakai Zoom classes. The same thing that happened in Australia and also Indo. Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, so no, that's good. But I understand that, you know, you've graduated and that you've just started working. So congrats, but I also understand that unfortunately pas lu baru aja masuk into the working environment, like I would say, you know, like your whole world kind of just not whole world. I'm not being too desperate, but like, you know, your working scenario got kind of just turned upside down because that's when lockdown kind of happened, right?
Yeah, bener banget. Jadi I am a recently graduate end of last year, Desember 2019. Jadi gue baru banget mulai kerja Maret tahun 2020. I was lucky enough to be a couple of people that kita udah mulai kerja duluan. Jadi kita at least kita punya 1 bulan untuk tahu lah siapa yang kita kerja sama siapa, bos kita siapa, supervisor kita siapa, mentor kita siapa. Jadi kayak kalaupun ada in the future ada email atau meeting tuh kita at least bisa tahu muka sama nama tuh siapa ke siapa gitu. Put a face to a name basically. Tapi it was quite rapid, not gonna lie, karena gue perasaan waktu itu baru masuk tanggal 3 Maret, terus kayak by tanggal 24, 25 gitu tuh tadinya kita udah mau ada rotasi. Jadi di Australia itu tuh ada yang namanya rotasi red and blue team, dimana 1 minggu red team masuk, terus 1 minggu lagi blue team yang masuk. Jadi ganti-gantian yang work from home biar ada social distancing. Dan ya amit-amit jabang bayi kalau misalnya like touch wood, kalau ada seseorang dari red team yang kena, orang dari blue team nggak akan kena karena nggak ketemu sama sekali kan. Tapi itu literally kita baru menerapkan selama kayak 3 hari. Itu hari Senin, Selasa, Rabu. Hari Rabu kita langsung dikasih tahu bahwa mulai dari minggu depan semua bakal work from home. Jadi hari Kamis itu semua yang ada di red team, jadi waktu itu gue di red team, kita boleh bawa pulang apa yang kita mau bawa pulang. Dan I am so lucky, I am so grateful company-nya ngebolehin kita untuk bawa pulang LCD komputernya. Jadi kita tetap bisa produktif, tetap bisa like you know, tetap bisa maintain our productivity with double screen and with the PC and stuff like that compared to not having anything. Kayak tiba-tiba karena banyak juga teman-teman gue yang baru mulai kerja tuh dari interstate, jadi kayak ada yang datang dari Sydney, dari Melbourne, di mana mereka masih ngontrak, mereka nggak mungkin punya layar LCD atau mereka nggak mungkin punya headphone gitu-gitu, mereka boleh pinjam dari company-nya. Tapi ya hari Kamis itu semua red team harus ngambil barang mereka, terus udah nggak boleh masuk lagi. Dan hari Jumat dikhususin untuk orang-orang yang blue team untuk ngambil barang mereka. And then from that week that's it, there's no more. Jadi selama dari awal April tanggal 1 itu sampai sekarang kita masih work from home. Sekarang Mei, jadi udah 1,5 bulan. Tapi so far it's been good. Kita ada different team punya different approach sih ya. Tapi kalau ya gue sih lucky and I'm so grateful. Aku tetap dapat kayak daily catch up sama mentor aku, tetap bisa ikut meeting karena semua bisa online pakai Microsoft Teams, pakai Webex, pakai even just calling the person, and then email masih jalan. Kita juga punya VPN tersendiri, jadi kayak business as usual, jujur aja. And it has been great. It actually been working fine. We're just missing some human interaction and human connection, but the rest of the things is all good. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good that I think a lot of businesses, a lot of companies nowadays are able to work flexibly. And I guess without spitting too much buzzwords, but they are agile in being able to overcome and adapt to this kind of situation. But I also understand on the flip side that there are definitely businesses that are heavily impacted. Like for example, like Airbnb had to like let go of like 7,000 plus of their employees, and I have friends who have been directly impacted by that. And it's they are the best people. Like they're so highly qualified. They're good people. They're hardworking people, and it's just unfortunate that the current situation has allowed them to kind of be made redundant. I myself kind of had to get, my pay cut was slashed by 50%, and it's just mainly because like of a human resourcing issue. It's just, one of those things where it's like, antara mau pecat atau gimana gitu, it's kind of like ends up being like for the greater good or for your own good, and ultimately, like when my professor was like, oh, you are still working at this uni, but like unless you don't want to get paid completely, we'll just have to slice your pay so that others can have a share. And I think we need to understand the difference between equality and equity in this sense. I have no idea like what the Indo of those two words is, but it's kind of like also important for for the good of masa depan dan komunitas kita, dan juga saling berbantu orang lain. Everyone is facing this situation differently, and we have to kind of like be compassionate, and understand, and I guess have a helping hand with each other. Everyone needs to make a little bit of sacrifice here and there, because the only way we can overcome this is if we can kind of work together, right? But no, it's great. It's good to see that there's two different sides in this experience, and for those of you out there who may have lost your job, or currently stuck in a rut, career-wise, employment-wise, life-wise, decisions-wise, you're not alone, and I'm sure that there's so many people out there who can support you, or definitely feel your pain, and we'll get through this together, through love and care. And we hope all the best for your future endeavors. I guess also kind of on this topic, and also I guess the main reason that we brought this up is I can't sort of avoid the concept of how there is a lot of xenophobia and discrimination going on, and specifically how Asians are being, I guess, treated or even mistreated in Western countries. I guess, as this pandemic has spread across the US and around the world, because it was first identified in China, and don't want to get too political, but Trump going on about how it's called the Chinese virus, it has definitely sparked a rise in attacks against Asians, and for me here, Asian Americans. The FBI kind of made news headlines saying that there's going to be a surge in hate crimes. And I must say, like, over the past few months, when I just scroll through social media, most of the content of the news that I read is like, in New York, a woman had acid thrown in her face as she was just taking out her trash. Or like in California, a high schooler was beaten up and sent to hospital just because he was Chinese. Or in Texas, a family of 3 was stabbed by a man who thought that they were Chinese and infecting people with coronavirus. There's a lot of hate crime going on, and it's definitely unfair. And I've just mainly been following it from like a US point of view, just because I'm physically here, and I'm a big fan of Wong Fu. I know you are as well. I know there's a lot of people who are fans of Wong Fu. They've collaborated with, like a rap duo called Year of the Ox. They've released this video called Viral, which is essentially a music video, but it's also like a coronavirus message. And they were sparked to create this because they were seeing a massive rise in race-related harassment and violent attacks on Asians in America and around the world. So I'm very thankful that, because like I said, I'm in a more smaller town, most of the population are kind of like, seniors or they're international students kind of thing. So I guess in a way, I myself am not experiencing too much of the hate, too much of the discrimination, but I can definitely, feel those who have been victimized. What's the scenario like back in Australia?
Jujur sih, dari personal point of view ya, mungkin dari gue sedikit bias karena I have heard stories as well, and unfortunately stories yang gue dengar itu really quite close to myself gitu. Jadi I heard there's one in Sydney where two Asian ladies was just out of nowhere, they were just crossing the road, mereka cuma nyebrang jalan, terus ada orang yang langsung attack gitu loh, langsung malah buang ludah ke mereka, bilang go back to your country, go back home gitu. Dan mereka standard tuh kayak, you're being racist, why are you doing this to us? Kayak kita aja belum tentu pernah pergi ke China-nya sendiri gitu. Walaupun kita Asia tuh, kita banyak, Asia tuh ada Korea, ada Indonesia, Jepang, Vietnamese, kita tuh banyak banget ras negara nationality-nya aja tuh di dalam Asia tuh masih banyak banget. Gak semuanya juga dari China, tapi juga gak semuanya pernah pergi ke sana. Dan I don't think it's a pandemic, it's a virus gitu. Kenapa harus dikategorikan ke satu tempat gitu? Karena jujur aja kalau misalnya kita mau ngomong tentang stereotype and racism towards Asian, we're actually pretty, I don't know, I think we're actually a pretty good group that doesn't really get butthurt about it, or doesn't really get like angry or like sampai bikin demo segala macam gitu. We still just thrive in our own self. Kita mau buktiin untuk masuk ke dunia internasional, kita work for it. Like penyanyi K-pop, penyanyi Indonesia yang sekarang udah go international, they work hard for it gitu. Tapi kita nggak pernah go to the racist side, or like go to the kayak bikin hate videos and stuff like that gitu. We're actually been really nice, and I think it's just hurt more ketika ini terjadi kepada kita, tetap kita yang kena salah, padahal ini sesuatu yang kayak it's a sickness. It's like back then I think flu came not from like I guess like compared to back then, misalnya kayak MERS atau SARS gitu yang come from an African continent, tapi kita kan juga nggak bilang itu virus dari sana gitu kan, kayak like a little bit of that gitu. Tapi but also unfortunately my friend yang dari Singapura yang sekarang tinggal di sini tuh, dia punya teman yang lagi sekolah di UK, dan unfortunately he got beaten up gitu. Dan itu yang make it kinda like a wake up moment buat gue jujur aja, karena kayak ini temennya gue punya temen loh, dia kenal loh sama orang itu, dan dia yang jadi victim, dia yang jadi korban di UK karena dia mukanya Asia. Of course dia dari Singapura gitu kan, dia mukanya Asia, mukanya Chinese, dia digebukin sampai masuk ke news justru. Jadi kayak it's so weird, but also like it's so, I don't know, it's just a bit close to the heart. Dan I guess like if I have to be honest, jujur aja gitu, ketika gue baru pulang dari liburan gue dari Indo, gue balik ke sini, it was the first time, jujur itu pertama kali dimana gue merasa not comfortable dengan my own appearance, dengan my own physical, because I am Chinese Indonesian gitu. Jadi kayak pertama kalinya gue merasa gue harus senyum lebih lebar, gue harus nunduk lebih tunduk, kayak gue mau say hi, biasa kita kayak gak tau, for some reason gue merasa tuh gue harus pretend that everything is okay, karena toh maksudnya kayak bingung gitu, kayak gue sendiri sehat, gue sendiri ya bersyukur gue nggak tertimpa virus itu dan nggak kena virus itu, tapi kayak gue harus, for some reason gue tuh harus kayak gue tuh super duper sehat gitu, kayak mau batuk aja nggak bisa, mau kayak gitu aja tuh nggak bisa. Itu tuh kayak gue pulang dari Indo tuh naik pesawat sampai di Aussie tuh kayak bener-bener ngerasa gila, gue pakai masker, gue mau kayak gitu aja tuh nggak takut gitu, padahal kayak I don't bring anything, dan aku juga kayak aku nggak pernah ke China seumur hidup aku, nggak pernah ke sana sama sekali, gue baru balik dari Indonesia doang, tapi ketakutannya tuh it's real gitu, like that was the first time gue share ke teman gue kayak for the first time I'm actually scared being Asian. For the first time I'm actually scared being Chinese. Like
Yeah.
it's I never felt it before. But yeah.
Nah, gue juga penasaran nih ya. Kayak kan kita kan berdua ngobrol posisi kita sebagai orang turunan Asia, tapi yang lagi tinggal di komunitas yang lebih barat lah kan. I'm genuinely interested to hear about anyone, like, to our listeners out there, if you've got something to share, feel free to, reach out to us and share your thoughts. Those of you who are Asians living in a more Asian community, and how people are coping there, because I think more recently, given the news of China's success in fighting the coronavirus, it has given rise to a kind of like a mix of both country pride, jadi kayak patriotisme, tapi juga a dislike to foreigners. Like, I don't know, like, it's both kind of like there seems to be an overall vibe in China that the Chinese are proud of how they are overcoming the virus, but at the same time they have this new anti-foreigner feel, and they are celebrating apparently how the US is like facing a harder time overcoming the pandemic, as in, like, okay, syukur sendiri gitu, okay, like, it's but it's like, I don't know, like, I'm curious because I'm sure that, like, that's not the sentiment of all Chinese people. It was just, I was reading the news the other day, then again it's also like an American based newspaper, about how, like, apparently in terms of, like, the locals in their local community, they're kind of like, okay, now we are in our own safe bubble and we are not going to accept any foreigners, or now the xenophobia is going to be, reversed. It's going to be against those foreigners. So it's interesting how, in my opinion, in the beginning of this pandemic, like circa, like, March, April, it was the fear and the paranoia of this virus I felt was spreading a lot faster than the virus itself. Remember back when people were, like, bulk buying toilet paper and, like, bottled water? It was crazy. But now I feel that the hate and the xenophobia is spreading faster than the virus. And it's interesting to see both sides. So if you guys have your own thoughts about this, or like, kalau yang orang Indo yang lagi tinggal di Indo, gimana kayak situasinya tentang virus ini, gimana vibe-nya, apakah kayak, are you guys kind of like, facing your own kinds of discrimination, your own kinds of victimization, I guess, not needing to kind of open up, wounds or anything, but it's an interesting topic to discuss, I guess. That's my take on it.
Kalau dari yang gue tahu sih ya, Teh, jadi kayak gue, kalau dari yang lu ngomong sih, I have two response to it, jujur aja, karena satu sisi I can see where you're coming from about the foreigner effect that the China is having right now. Karena jujur aja nggak kemarin sih, kayak sebulan yang lalu gue sampai dengar dari mami gue, dari biasalah kan kita banyak news yang dari WhatsApp, chain WhatsApp gitu kan, dimana ada satu team of Chinese tourists actually yang mau pulang ke China-nya sendiri tapi nggak diterima sama China-nya. Because they were scared of second wave. Tapi itu kasihan banget gitu, kayak literally mereka nggak bisa masuk ke negara mereka sendiri karena virus ini gitu. Dan itu nggak cuman ke orang asing, bukan cuma foreigner hate I guess, tapi kayak in general they're just not opening their borders gitu. Padahal satu sisi kan kayak mereka cuma pengen pulang ke nasional mereka, kalaupun mereka harus dikarantin nggak apa-apa, yang penting mereka pengen pulang ke rumah, bener gak? Tapi literally I have seen the news kayak mereka stuck di Indonesia, justru di bandara Indonesia, gak boleh pulang. Gak tahu sih akhirnya gimana, maybe they did go home atau mereka harus karantina atau gimana sih, gue nggak ngerti gitu. Tapi kalau dari lihat, karena gue ada follow ya teman-teman gue kan semua masih di Indo, dan anti-anti gue, keluarga besar gue semua masih di Indo. Jadi so far kalau dari Indo sih gue merasa they're actually pretty good. They're staying together as one. Mereka saling mengingatkan satu sama lain. Banyak juga artis-artis yang kasih good example of staying at home. Banyak juga yang yang lebih berbagi, malah lebih memberikan sedekah ke satu sama lain. Yang siapa butuh mereka lebih memberi. Dan juga banyak teman-teman gue yang even though mereka nggak punya apa-apa, tapi mereka bikin kayak GoFundMe gitu, di mana mereka ngebantu hospital-hospital yang ada, yang mereka bisa, ya mereka misalnya uang yang dikumpulkan mereka beliin masker, beliin alat untuk hospital-hospital gitu, atau nggak uang yang dikumpulkan untuk membantu orang-orang yang kurang mampu untuk bisa makan, atau kayak kasih beras, kasih lauk pauk segala macam gitu. Dan karena gue juga follow beberapa YouTuber yang ada di Singapura dan juga di Malaysia, kelihatannya they don't seem to be a lot of hatred between races. Menurut gue, mereka stay together as one. Mereka kayak, I think a lot more of it was more on like, I have seen a lot of YouTuber di Malaysia tuh bikin kayak live stream almost every week buat ngebantu orang-orang yang stay at home, atau nggak mereka bikin new workout challenge and stuff like that, kayak lebih ngebantu untuk sesama. Dan padahal mereka ya konotasinya bisa dibilang Chinese Malaysian or Chinese Singaporean gitu, tapi they still look quite okay. They still dealing with it with some respect to each other. And even my cousins that are in Singapore and my friend that is in Singapore, they still continue life the way they are, but they do have to stay at home. They don't go out. They just kind of stay at home baking and stuff like that. Tapi gratefully I haven't heard any news in terms of like racism or hatred that maybe America have to go like people Southeast Asian or just Asian in general in America have to go through, unfortunately.
Bagus lah. I think it's like the takeaway message out of all this is yang paling penting kita harus saling berbantu, kita harus stay positive, kita harus spread love, right? Not hate. And we have to make sure that we're open-minded, because not everyone's situation is the same. Everyone's dealing with it differently. And we will definitely get through this if we stay together when we're apart. I guess we've been talking about,
and this is what I say, like this pandemic, right? Like literally bring the best out of people and the worst out of people. Not gonna lie, like
exactly.
It's so good of how like so much like we bring so much people together. A lot of friendship rekindled. Gila banget kayak bisa, misalnya kayak bisa live stream orang-orang dari Australia, bisa ngobrol sama orang Dubai, orang India, kayak because everyone is at home and everyone have nothing to do. Tapi at the same time, the hatred is also like just the worst out of people. Kayak how could you like I'm still shook. Like I'm still shocked by like you saying someone got stabbed for being Asian. Like someone got stabbed for being Asian. That's just unheard of. And you know, like hatred itself is never cool. Violence is never cool, and this is even like worse reason to like it's just there's no base to it. Like I'm just shocked. And
look, I think neither of us are kind of like qualified to really like go into the whole deep political, like, you know, global context, medical scenario of it all, nor are we kind of like, you know, intending to do that. I think this conversation was mainly just to share our perspectives from it. You know, as Asians living in more westernized communities, me in the US, you in Australia. But again, we're so, you know, curious and also interested to hear perspectives of those living in the US and in Australia as well, because that's probably going to be different. But also Asians living in their own respective Asian countries. So please feel free to reach out to us with your comments and your stories, because we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to sort of understand what is truly going on around the world. But I guess, you know, all in all, we hope that, you know, this conversation will create awareness of the hate and racism that unfortunately Asians are dealing with right now. It is the harsh reality, but I think we hope that it does spread a lot more awareness about it, and we also hope that it empowers us to stand together, stand against racism from others, and even from our government sometimes. Regardless if you feel whatever you feel about the pandemic and its origins, none of the people being attacked are related to any of it. The racism isn't really going to solve anything, guys. So please be kind to others, listen to the experts, wash your hands, social distance, stand up against racism of all kinds, and take care and spread love. I guess, for the next episode, we're going to switch the gears a little bit, but stay on this kind of topic. But instead, we're going to go on a more positive note. We're going to sort of discuss about how each of us and how you guys are coping and keeping yourself healthy, mentally, physically, during the strange period. And I'd love to sort of hear some tips from you, because I know that you've been doing some interesting stuff. So stay tuned, for the next episode, and see you guys later.
Thank you for listening.
Jangan lupa like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with your friends.
I'd love to hear from you. Please reach out with your comments, stories, and even questions on what we should talk about. See you in the next episode.
Bye. Dah.